Hi everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege today to introduce you to Andrew Pierson. How you doing, Andrew?
Good, Teresa. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Andrew, I'm just going to do a quick bio, let everyone know what you do, and then I'm going to come back to you. So, Andrew is an award-winning actor and producer and international stunt coordinator and a stuntman. So that's exciting. I've been doing some wonderful guests have come on the show with your community, and I was thrilled that I was introduced to you, and I'm glad that you're here today, Andrew. So let's get started. How did you get started in all of this?
I actually did, I'm not going to age myself, but I did radio a long time ago for about 10 years or so. So I always had the voiceover part of it. And then it was recently, a couple years ago, I decided, you know what? I always wanted to do film. Let's do film. Started out on getting auditions and landing in horror. So that's where I've been as far as what type of movies I've been involved with. Has been horror more than anything recently.
Now, first, I want to say you have a radio voice for sure. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, horror seems to be quite a big growth area right now. I don't know if it's just now, we've always had horrors, but it just seems to be really taking off. But the talent has been amazing, Andrew, that I've seen.
You're too nice. It's very mainstream now. Back in the 80s, it was there, but not as forward. Nowadays, between action and horror, those are the two things that people want to see the most of. So that's why you see a lot of action movies and a lot of horror movies. So
Yeah, what do you contribute that to? So are the young people just fascinated by it? Is it the graphics? What is it? What's drawing people?
I think, you know what, my generation and older grew up with the 70s, 80s with a few horror movies that actually hit the theaters. Then you have your fans that really just love everything about horror. So they've been collecting horror movies good 40, 50 years now. So it's been like a snowball going downhill. And I really believe that it's something different than what than regular TV. You're not going to see a ton of graphic horror on Lifetime, for example. I love Lifetime, but you're not going to see it on Lifetime channels. It gives people an outlet. And I think nowadays, with everything going on, horror is, you ask my wife, who's the senior executive producer of A Soldier's Descent, she likes it because it's an outlet. So I really believe in today's society, people need outlets.
Oh, fantastic. So tell us some of the works that you've done. So when did you start doing movies? How long ago?
A couple years ago,
Okay.
recently things that are coming out of mind because it takes a couple years for things to start hitting. Blood on the Bleachers with director Chase Dudley. That's one that should be out this summer on Amazon. I played a cameo in there and a flashback scene, which is good. Last year I had the opportunity to produce some pretty big movies with some friends that you're aware of. One of them was Alien Horde, a sci-fi.
Yeah.
Nicole Vegas was in that. I'm
Yeah,
sure you've
Nicole.
heard about a lot of people talking about it. That's going to be pretty good. The director for Arena Wars also did Alien Horde, so it's going to be pretty good. I've never done a sci-fi. I played Commander Gigatron, the flight instructor in this, so it should be pretty good.
Oh, I
It's
like that.
definitely a break from horror, and we had John Wells in there, Nicole Vegas. There's a lot of people that were really good actors and actresses I had the opportunity to work with in that movie. That one's coming out. Let's see now, Jacker 3. That's a very cult movie, by the way.
Yeah,
I do a good cameo in Jacker 3, and I can't say, but probably play someone that's not good in the movie. I've been
got
doing
it.
that recently too. I play killers a lot.
Oh,
And I'm definitely the opposite of that. If you talk to any killer that has played one of the movies, they're actually really nice people.
oh,
It's
for sure.
strange that we're cast as killers in movies, but yeah, I get that often.
Oh, for sure. And you look like you could play an officer, you could play a lawyer, you could play the bad guy, you could play the good guy. You have this sort of versatile look as well. That's what I find fascinating about the movie industry and this whole community. You're also flexible. And as I said, your voice, it absolutely is a full package. Now, I also see here you do stunts, so you do your own stunts, obviously.
I do. And it's mostly fight scenes. So every time you see a fight in a movie, wish it were real. It's not. It's all choreographed. So
Sure.
it's punch, jab, uppercut. It's like dancing. And a
Yeah.
lot of times we don't even hit the person. I'm sorry if I've ruined movie magic for anyone listening to this, but it's like dancing. It's you go with a partner, you're
Yeah.
practicing it. I threw someone off a two-story building last August. I
Oh,
was like, and it gets broken. That took 3 hours to do. It was literally, I fought them going up the stairs, down the hall, and then it was like picked him up and threw him over a building. It's all broken down. It really
Sure,
just for
sure.
safety. And I remember I was doing the first part of the scene with him. I went to punch him and I'm like, wow, there's gold paint on my I said, I didn't punch you. And I brushed right up against him
Oh
when I was
no.
doing the fight scenes.
I'm sure
Yeah.
accidents have happened though.
They can, but we're really
Yeah.
safe nowadays. 2 years ago, I think there was that Alec Baldwin movie that had the
Oh,
accidental gun that went off, Rust. I
oh,
think it's
that was
actually coming out now, but because we use a lot of firearms and things like that on set, we're very safe with it. And that's a big thing. Like when we're doing horror, obviously, when I play a killer, we're using knives, guns,
yeah.
whatever it might be that we're killing people with. In a Soldier's Descent movie that we're promoting right now, we did a proof of concept, which is a video that shows what the movie's going to look like for investors and whatnot. It's not the actual movie, but when we did it, I had a 21-year-old girl. Her mom was there. She was in the scene. And literally, you're always looking at this part of the movie. You don't realize there's 30 people standing behind,
Oh,
5 feet away
right.
watching. I had a plastic knife, and we're like, and we do safety first. It's okay, pass the knife around. It's plastic. Are you guys fine with this being used in the scene? Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and use it. And there are times with hot props too. Hot props the real thing because we
Oh,
have to actually show. I know it's weird. Like we used the hot prop in the making of that proof of concept or the trailer for Soldier's Descent because we actually need to show stabbing into something to show the blood. But we piece it all together and it makes it look like we're actually stabbing into someone else, and we're
right.
not. It's all safe. But I remember her mother was 5 feet away from me. I jumped on top of her and started stabbing her. I think her mother's face dropped, I heard from
Oh,
the
I
person that was
bet.
directing it. My wife was the director on that part of the movie, and her face dropped. We had to talk to her beforehand, but safety is the utmost concern when we're doing movies. And every time we do fight choreography, stunts, throwing people off buildings, it's literally choreographed. And we literally pass around those props to every single person that's working on the set. So I do, and Devour, I was the only one with a gun. I was
Oh,
filming a scene with Gavin Wild from Righteous Gemstones
oh,
and
sure. Yeah.
Black
Oh, I know
Phone.
that show. Yeah.
Um, yeah, he played the young person, the son, the really young one.
Oh,
Um,
yes, yes. I
yeah,
saw
on Righteous
Righteous
Gemstones.
Gemstones.
So him and
Wasn't
I,
that with oh my gosh, from
John
Rose?
Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman. I was trying to think of his name.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes, good
Yeah, he
actor.
played the young, I can't remember. I've watched the whole
Yeah,
series
I know. I
once,
saw it
but
was a while ago that I saw it too, but I watched the series. I'm not kidding you from start to finish. I
yeah,
couldn't stop it.
he played the kid with the big
Yeah,
the
yeah. I know
yeah
he
the
did.
like for the fluffy the hair that he
Yeah.
was on there. So it was cool because Gab and I were doing the scenes, but we're passing around this gun. I had the only fake gun on the set, and they're like, and I started using. I had to take it out and put it up against Gavin's head on the cop car, and they're like, "Okay, Andrew, you don't really need to take the gun out in rehearsal." I'm like, okay, it's plastic. So
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
already determined, but it's just nowadays we don't want any accidents and we want everything done the right way on set. So everything is very choreographed, everything is very safe, and we triple check all our props.
I think you hit it actually. So good for you. And plastic, really, if it has no ammunition, then you're fine. That's not a big deal, right?
Oh, I've literally broken guns. We
Yeah,
had a
sure.
military advisor on one. He's like, Andrew, it's got to go up like this. And I was sitting there and I got caught on something. The gun went up, snapped in half. And this is about 2 days after we started filming, and I'm like, oh, I hope we have another one because we had enough for the cast, but I was the only cast member left that needed the guns. So they had to go back to props and figure out how to get a gun that looked like mine that I used the whole movie. But that's literally, I hate to say this, everything in the movie is cheap. Hopefully no one gets mad at this for hearing this, but it is. It's when you're looking at it like when I was doing that stabbing scene on Soldier's Descent for the trailer. I told her to fight with me a little bit. So I'm
Yeah.
stabbing her. She ended up breaking the knife.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
love it.
we have to cut because the knife is broke. She's like, did I do that? I'm like, yes. Just try not to hit
Oh,
the knife, okay?
oh
But
my goodness.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
we treat them like real weapons. So even when we're firing, fingers on the side, not on the trigger, unless we're actually going to fire and shoot someone. We even on the plastic, we keep the finger on the side just for safety. And that's something I learned over the past couple of years. Every set I've been on for the most part is very adamant about that. It's especially when I was doing Devour. I was again the only one with a gun. I had to take it out, put it up against Gavin Wild's head, and they're like, okay, not rehearsal, Andrew. And then I had my finger on the side, and they're like, Okay, keep it on the safe spot on the side. And these things you never notice in a movie unless you've been military or police or someone. And it's tough because when you're military or police and you're watching us do scenes, you're looking at the uniforms, you're looking at how we handle the weapons.
Oh, is
My
that
brother's a
right?
former cop laughing at me because I've never been in the military. I'm 6'3" and built, you can't really tell sitting down, but I've never been in the military. My brother gives me a hard time. He's like, the first guy in the scene looked military, and then you come out. That's
Oh, I
awesome.
love
Thank you.
it.
That's great. Anything else you want to share with me today? And he's giving me a hard time on a couple, and I can pull it off. I never tell people I've never been military. I can pull it off enough to get
You
the scenes.
can.
So that's the big thing. It's just actors need to be able to pull, especially if you've never been in the military, which most actors haven't. There
No.
are some have, but a lot haven't. It's just being able to pull it off effectively, so we give it the respect that it needs. I don't care if it's a horror movie, drama, sci-fi. We want it done I want it done with my name's going on it the right way so that it looks good.
Exactly. And you've been doing the stunt, you're actually a stunt man, so you've been doing that for a long time?
A couple years.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, my line of stunt work is fight scenes. That's more than anything. It's literally just because I'm a first degree in martial arts.
Oh,
I'm good
okay.
with self-control and whatnot. I taught
Sure.
martial arts for a number of years as well.
Wow.
I'm very fortunate. Someone goes, "Oh, that's not very high." I had someone that wanted to interview me with martial arts art. Oh, you're only first degree. And I'm like, sorry. Yeah, I worked hard enough to get there, and I competed when I
Exactly.
was in martial arts, handling of the weapons and things like that. It's like you'll see, like I took an axe one time and flung it around just by accident. I'm just used to the flashy stuff. I took the axe out, and it was like you'll see in the wrist movements and things when you do scenes if you have background with it, but.
Oh,
It's pretty
okay.
fun. Yeah, but stunts, yeah. It's literally just one time someone took my head and they were banging it against the police car. And you think that they're actually doing it, their hands just sitting there, and I'm doing the work.
Oh,
So it
that makes
looks
sense.
like, yeah, it looks like they're plowing our head into the car. It never really works that way though.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, you know what? You just answered one of those secrets. Because you do see that, don't you? Yeah, they put their heads right against. It's always like that. The scenes are the banging their heads against the car, and you do think, oh my goodness, but yeah, so they're
Just
doing.
like when someone took a gun out of my hand, I took a gun that was like right there and they took it out. It's slow. It's not, they don't
Okay.
break our hand. It looks like it. You'll hear it in post a lot of stuff we laugh in the industry because we say we can fix that in
Oh,
post production.
okay.
And I hate when things are said because it's said on everything. Oh, you fix that in post, keep going. So I never know what it's going to turn out like, but when you hear bones breaking, or it's all in post production. If you
Oh,
hear gunshots, it's all done in post nowadays. So
oh,
if you see
okay.
bullets coming out of a gun or a gun smoking or any, that's all what we call post production. So I
I
try not to
actually,
do that.
Andrew, I actually saw a show, and forgive me, I don't know where I saw it, but it was neat. It was about the special effects in a movie, and they were showing like a guy going up the stairs, let's say making the sound of steps going up, but it was actually a guy in the back banging two coconuts on the. It was cool though. People don't realize in the making of a movie, a lot of the sound effects are actually something like the crimpling of paper was something else, a different sound and different ideas. So it's neat. And of course,
It's crazy when you think about it because it's so good that I remember I was doing a scene with a knife and you hear and I'm like, that wasn't in when we're doing it. And it's funny when you actually do it, there's no noises. That's all put in. And it depends on how good the person that's doing the audio on the movie is with the sound effects. It's you hear me go like this on my shirt or something like that, and they have it perfect. I'm like, wow, this and it adds a you don't think about it. You never think about this stuff when you're watching a movie. You're just
no,
watching the scene, but there's 100 people and all and it's not just the actors, it takes everyone to put that movie together. All the crew,
oh
the
yeah.
director, the producers, everything. It's just you guys happen to see the actors, but it's all the people combined that really make that movie just what it is that you see on TV or in the theater.
I agree with that. I'm quite impressed with everything you do. And I wanted to also add, because you mentioned that you do martial arts, one thing I did learn from a lot of the actors, and Nicole, as we talked with her quite a bit, she actually was the first one who said you really have to have a lot in your toolbox as you grow your talents and your abilities. It helps in the next movies if you have some of these skills. So the martial arts, as you said, it gave you self-control. Some people have music backgrounds where they're able to add things to it. So I think as you're building, I think it's very good that you have all these different, like you can do your own stunts as well. You know how to do that. So all of these things matter when you're going to new roles. It helps the directors and the developers of the new role, the new movies, if you're able to do some of these things. Can I circle back to you, to your wife, which is great? Can we mention her name as a director on here? Can we do that?
She's actually the senior executive producer for the movie, Carissa Pearson. It's the
Yeah.
one that handles everyone comes, they see my face on like a soldier's descent, and Andrews, they always want to talk to me. And I'm like, listen, I'm serious. I'm the lead actor in the movie. And I know it's everyone, I don't care who you are, if you're an actor or a director, they all want to talk to Andrew. And I'm like, I have not, and I tell them, they get mad. I'm like, I have nothing to do with this. Carissa's the one that puts it together behind the
Carissa.
scenes. She works with our director, Guthrie Lowe. She's the one that is like the backbone of Soldier's Descent, not me. I'm literally the actor, and I do promotions and marketing for the movie. That's about it. I haven't even read the script. I've read pieces of. I read the original script, but
Sure.
it's been ripped apart a billion times. So I don't know where it's at. But I. That's why we have other people on the movie that handle that. The director, the writer.
Yeah.
Phil Herman's the writer. He's phenomenal. Been in the business
Perfect.
over 30 years, and he's what we call cult movies, the ones that are like low
Yeah.
budget, look good. He always did those. So for his name on A Soldier's Descent, which our aim is to at least be in the theaters based on the topics and whatnot
Sure.
that we're covering in the movie, we want to see if we can get on a limited theater run at least. We're really trying. Fundraising is always fun in a movie. It costs money to make. Everyone wants to see it. It's something else where you have to have people to help fund the movie. But at the same time, Carissa does a lot of work with that. She works with people that are coming on for cast. Again, backbone of the movie, I would say.
Beautiful. I wanted to add her name to here because you are very respectful to that. And I wanted to make sure we add that as well. So thank you. So
I
Carissa,
appreciate it.
well done. So I want to also add, so all of the movies, I know we had a few trailers for some of these. Are there trailers on all of the movies that you've mentioned so far?
Yes, I believe there are, or videos out there for them. And IMDb, I don't know if you're familiar with
I
IMDb.
am, yes.
It has everything that I've done in the works, everything I've been
Perfect.
credited with. It's, I hate to say the Bible for the industry. It's like your resume.
Yeah.
It literally has everything that you're doing, working on, or most of it. I have about 4 or 5 movies that aren't on there because I haven't been announced yet, but it's already been signed. But it literally is probably like the industry authority on who's where, who's ranking. We have our own pro version of it. You guys have the public version. We have a pro version that we can contact people and everything. I'm on it daily, multiple times a day. And
Beautiful.
that's a big spot. You can see all different things. Sometimes the actors, like I have Soldier's Descent, I think it's uploaded on there as far as the trailer goes, or proof of concept, we call it, because the actual movie trailer. Movie hasn't been filmed yet. It'll be filmed in October, but the sample of what it would look like is on there.
Okay. And you'll make sure I have all the links anyway to your information.
Absolutely.
So what are you doing? I know what you've done. What are you doing today and where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a good question. I'm pretty much doing acting and producing full time right now.
Okay.
I stumbled into it a couple months ago when I left my job. So we're working on that full time. I'd like to see we have Death Stalker Productions, which is mine and Carissa's, and we've been doing some work with international movies with Death Stalker. Domestically, this is our first full feature that we're producing. I'm very fortunate. There are two horror franchises that are very what I'd call cult. And I can't say what they are as I haven't been announced, but one of them I've got a lead role on, which will be announced in the next 4 or 5 days. I've dropped
Congratulations.
hints, and it's on IMDb hidden. If someone sees it, it's hidden without a poster. One of my only couple movies that don't have posters, but it's on there. I've already had people find it. Another one was big in the 80s, and it's been had a couple of sequels to it, but I also have a good role on that one, which is has a huge fan base. That one will be announced probably right after the 4th of July holiday. I get to go film it at the end of the month out in Hollywood.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good. Congratulations.
So things like that, I've been very lucky. I really have. I've had a lot of great opportunities. A lot of people think about me and they get excited. I like when directors and producers get excited that I'm on their movie. They're like, "Yes, this is great. We can't wait." And I'm like, "Wow, it's good to feel welcome." I'll
Yeah,
be honest with you, and to live a life of gratitude is important as well. So I try to do both at least in
that's
life.
fantastic.
So wherever the wind takes me is where I'm going. So I'm not even in charge. The big man's in charge. Wherever he pushes me in that direction is the way the door is open.
Great answer. I like that. I like that. I think sometimes people have an idea where they want to go, but sometimes you're right, Andrew. You just go with the flow and you just think, okay, if that's where the direction's taken me, that's fine. Good answer. That's great. Now, from here, we have all your information. I would definitely will get DB. I always get those backwards, but anyway.
It's all good.
I will get on there and make sure I have all of that for you, and we'll get all your links. If someone wanted to reach out to you right now, though, what is the best place to reach you?
Probably Facebook.
Okay.
That's where our campaign to do our crowdfunding is. That's where all my movies get posted. That's where Facebook, and then I hate to be this guy, but I don't do a ton with Instagram. I'll admit it. I'm sorry. Everything I post on Facebook, I have dumped onto Instagram. And people go, they should be on Instagram, and so that's great. But when you look at our industry, there's more people that are directors, producers, and whatnot on Facebook
Yeah.
than Instagram. You got to go where the people are at, which is for, what I'm looking to do, Facebook. So I always copy what I'm doing right to Instagram. So Facebook, Andrew Pierson, Instagram, the real Andrew Pierson.
Okay, good. And I'll make sure that's in the show notes so that everyone has your link. So I know you'll get that across to me, Andrew. So that's great. So as you're working on these projects, I want to be able to promote you. I'll do it on Facebook and YouTube, LinkedIn, all of that. We'll make sure that you have all of your information up there and all your movies. So my last question is, because you're doing some things in July, would you like to come back and do another episode with me and let the audience know where you're going?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when we have those two big cult franchises
Yeah,
that I'll be a part of announced. Especially if you have horror fans out there.
I do.
I'm very blessed and thankful, but they're going to be big. Both of them have followings, and they both landed in my lap, which is good. So I'm very thankful, but it would be cool to be able to talk about those two movies because they do have such a following. And one of them is the longest run horror franchise that was consecutive in history. If someone decides to get bored to look that up, I can't stop you from doing that. But the other one is a horror comedy.
Awesome. Oh, congratulations. I'm glad you're doing all of that. So if we have you back, then I'll make sure we have it timed right. You'll let me know and we'll bring you back for that. I have one more question. If you
Sure.
were to give a tip to people starting out in the movie industry or where they're just getting going and not quite sure, do you have any tips for anybody starting out?
Boy, don't you've got to be able to put yourself out there and don't give up. Pardon me. It's when I started out, it's you're going to do stuff for free. Don't think you're going to get paid. You're not getting paid 5%, especially if you're an actor and actress. That's what everyone likes the glamour of. I do have a lot of people that want to do special effects and whatnot that I've heard from. The big thing is being an actor or actress. Honestly, you're not going to get paid right away. You're
Yeah.
not. You've got to be able to go out there and prove yourself. Go on things. You might even have to pay for roles. That's part of crowdfunding in an indie world. But where are you going to get the reels? Where are you going to get on-set experience? You've got to do it. And we've had actors, actresses that are only have a couple of projects and they want to get paid. I'm like, that's great, but we're not those people, and you're going to be fighting a million other people. So go out there, do the work. Only 5% of actors do this full time. No
Oh,
one's
that's
sitting
good
in
to
these
know.
glamorous trailers and whatnot. That's a Hollywood movie. Maybe an A-list actor is, but go out and do the work. And it's go on set, be an extra. It's we're not You're not waiting to be discovered. That's a myth as well. So go out and do the work. Promote yourself. Oh my gosh, I do that all day, every day. And people get tired of hearing about it, but I do. And network. When you know people, that's when you get things. Nicole, mentioned my name to you, and she's awesome, Nicole Vegas.
She,
That's how you get through life is networking and talking. It's a lost form of art that is underrated probably in my book, but that's how you do things. It's like you've got to network, you've got to do the work, you've got to put yourself out there and not be afraid to not get paid. And how badly do you want it? That's with everything. I always tell people, what are you willing to do to get it? And how long are you willing to do it? If you try it for a week and go, that didn't work, it's probably nothing's going to work for you. I don't care what it is you do, nothing's going to work. But what are you willing to do, and how long are you willing to commit to it? And how much are you going to commit to it? Are you willing to do everything in your life to commit to it? Give up those fun days at the beach because you got to practice lines for acting. Maybe you're not going out to dinner because you have to quickly eat and then go back upstairs and you have a shoot coming up. And if you don't nail those lines, you're in trouble. Or maybe it's working on a Southern accent that you might have gotten for another movie. You know what I
I
mean?
love that. Yeah.
It's whatever it is. It takes away from your personal time, and you got to be ready. I have directors from across the world I've done projects on that'll text me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and they're like, sorry, but yeah, it's you just got to be willing to do it. And how bad do you want it in life?
Yeah, oh, that's excellent advice. Excellent. I know a lot of people probably go out there blindly thinking, oh, I'm going to be a big star. It doesn't work that way. You do have to put in your time. You have to have your craft, make sure you're an expert at what you're doing. As you said, you have some different talents and things that you have to add to your toolbox, if you will, and make sure that you've got, the more you have, the better it is. So well done. Nice answer. I like that, Andrew.
Thank you.
Andrew, I'm thrilled that you'll come back. To everyone, this is Andrew Pierson. Thank you, Andrew, so much for being with me today.
Thank you, Teresa. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, and I look forward to you coming back. And to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. I hope you're all having a great day. Do subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. Have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Bye-bye now.